It's time now for Countywide, a special presentation of Yavapai Broadcasting News. Join News Director Paul David and News Editor Philip Katafamo as they talk with our community's leaders, newsmakers, and people in the know. You'll hear about the hot topics in Yavapai County that affect all our lives. And now here's today's Countywide.
Welcome to Countywide. I'm Paul David. As always, it is great to have you in studio with us today. We're sitting down with Better Business Bureau's Marilyn Huffman once again. BBB.org is that website you need to keep in mind to talk about scams. Marilyn's going to stick around and do a couple of shows with us because we can't cover all of them in just one, but we want you to be aware of all of them. So we'll do two shows, and then we'll bring you the second one a little bit later on down the road here. Hello, Marilyn. Welcome back.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Marilyn contacted me and said, hey, I haven't talked to you this year. We've got these things going on. Should we do a show? And I said, of course, let's do a show. Let's talk about it and get folks, well, they're pertinent. Now, they're COVID-19 related, but this is kind of almost like coming out of COVID-19. It's like these last-ditch effort scams. It's like, well, we're not going to have this pandemic forever. We better get these in here real quick and see what kind of money we can make off of these people. So we want to bring you at least a couple of them this show. And again, we'll do a second show and we'll talk about some other ones as well. But the first one that comes up is vacation scams. And I can relate to this because my wife has had to cancel 3 vacations for us in the last year now. And we've got others planned. And she's planned these years out, by the way. And now we've got other ones that she's been looking forward to that may not happen in, say, October or November later this year. So vacation scams. Give us kind of an idea as to what's going on with the vacation scam at this moment.
It is true. They were able to do a scam with the vaccines, and then we spread the word on that, so it wasn't as successful, and now they've moved on to travel. And I feel really bad because the travel industry, as you know, has been hit hard during this whole pandemic. And now for this to happen, well, we have 2 major check sites, Global Entry and Nexus in the United States, that people go to help with their paperwork for travel and to do what your wife did, just kind of pre-plan and make sure that you're set and ready to go. And so basically what we've had is we've had reports that scammers have created websites that look exactly like the government agencies. And so when you go into a Google search and you search the URL, you want to make very sure that you're getting the correct website. Because as you know, whether it's booking a hotel, a rental car, getting a plane ticket, or working with this to get your travel papers in order and to make sure you have everything set and ready to go, they come up with or auto-populate several different links for you to click on. And sometimes that real link is buried. It's not necessarily the top 3 that pop up or the top 4. There's advertising, there's other things on your screen. So you really want to make sure that the site that you're going to is the correct site, because the reports that we have had have been that they're phishing for information. So they want to get your personal information, passport ID, like all of the things that people expected to give was what they asked for. So it's very misleading in that sense. And yet you're giving them personal information. Some people's passport ID is their social security number, kind of like their driver's license. Oh. So you have to just be really, really careful with information like this that you're putting out there.
Maybe we should just start out with the fact that anymore, when you get on your computer, you got to be careful no matter what you're clicking on in there. You have to actually stop and look at it. I was looking at the press release that you sent me, and it talks about hovering over the URL to get the correct URL. I didn't realize that was something you could do, was disguise that.
You can disguise it. You can also disguise an email address.
Excuse me.
So it's okay. So when you're looking at an email, even hovering over the person who supposedly sent you the email, it'll take a few seconds, but it'll pop up and it'll show you, and you're like, wait a second, that's not their email, especially if it's someone that you know or someone that you recognize.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a great way to identify whether or not what you're getting is really real.
Because we're fast to click anymore. I mean, we just, it's pretty easy just to get moving through there and just start clicking on everything.
Gone are the days of dial-up.
Right?
Where you used to be able to click a button and then go do the dishes and then come back and your screen had finally loaded. So yes, we have become impatient, and in our impatience, it's to their benefit because we are quick to click. Yes, absolutely. So definitely, I always say just take a deep breath, take a pause, and really make sure when you're on that address screen and all of those things have auto-populated, really take the time to look to make sure you're on the right website. I've done it before where I ended up booking with Travelocity for a hotel on a vacation that we were going to. And a lot of times, if you actually contact the hotel directly, you can get a better deal because you can let them know, well, I found this deal on this website, I found this deal on this website, and I was being frugal. But man, they got me because it popped up and it looked like the website. It was, I don't know, bestwestern.com/Travelocity. And I didn't pay attention. I just saw bestwestern.com and I was like, oop, that's it. And I genuinely don't even know if it was Best Western anymore. I can't remember what hotel it was that I was looking for, but that's how they get you. They do a little tagline at the end, and so it makes you believe that you're going to the actual website, but you're not. And then before you know it, you can be giving private information and or payment information, because that's what happened to these people. They reported that they paid a fee, which you would think you would do. You would think that you would pay a fee to someone to process your paperwork. So they just accepted it and paid the fee, and then the paperwork was never filed. Come to find out it was a scam company, and they had to close an account and redo everything.
What a hassle, too.
Oh.
Then you got to go through all of your stuff and redo it all to change it around, because now somebody's got your personal information and they're using it to basically just steal from you over and over and over again.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
That's got to be such a pain to have to replace all of that. Credit cards, bank account numbers, all that. What a hassle.
I have only had to do it one time, and I'm very grateful that it was as easy as it was, that it hadn't been more in depth. But closing the account, finding a charge that wasn't something from us, very clearly it wasn't something from us, and that was hard enough. I would not wish this on anyone, to have their entire identity stolen.
Are there scammer travel agencies out there where I could pretend like I'm a travel agent and I deal with you, Marilyn, and I'm setting up this awesome vacation for you for Orlando, Florida, and you're going to go here, do this, and oh yeah, I need you to send me the $1,500 up front so I can get this started, and then you pay me on the back end of this. Is there stuff like that out there too?
Yes, there is, absolutely. So there's websites. I would say it's not as much in person anymore, because people have learned. If you actually go to a shop and you're actually dealing with a person, the chances of that being a legitimate business are pretty good.
Yeah.
But as far as online, that's a different story. But now we're doing everything online.
Yeah.
We meet virtually.
There is no face-to-face.
Like this, exactly. Yeah. And so it can be a lot easier to fall for. And it can look very real because you can set up a background to look like it's legit.
Sure.
They can sound very convincing. We've all seen Catch Me If You Can. Scammers know how to convince you. They know how to play on your emotions. They know how to work you as an individual. Very quickly.
I thought of the Sting.
The Sting. There you go.
The Sting. That's the one I thought of. And yeah, Catch Me If You Can with, okay. All right. Let's take our first break, okay? Better Business Bureau's Marilyn Huffman is in studio with us today. BBB.org is the website you want to go to find out information that we're talking about and other information that the Better Business Bureau has. Stick around. Countywide back in just a couple minutes.
The mouth is the gateway to the digestive system. Studies indicate a correlation between oral health and full body health. Regular cleanings and checkups can help protect you. New patients are welcome at Arizona Smile Designers in Cottonwood. There's a full smile worth of services all offered under one roof. Whitening and cosmetic to implants and smile reconstruction. Find out more or request an appointment online at azsmiledesigners.com.
Your carpet is the largest air filter in your home, trapping dust, dirt, and germs from the air that your family members breathe, even the furriest ones.
That's why it's important to keep your carpet and tile clean and hygienic with regular cleanings by Zero Res. Zero Res uses state-of-the-art technology and powered water, not soap or harsh chemicals, so zero residue is left on home surfaces.
Schedule your appointment today because a clean home is a healthy home. Visit ZeroResNorthernArizona.com.
Hi, this is Greg at Verde Solar Power. You know, Arizona has lots of clean, renewable sunshine, and we want to help you take advantage of it with our quality solar installations, and we offer to beat any written offer on a residential solar electric system. So bring us your electric bill and let us show you how solar power will save you money. We're located conveniently here in the Verde Valley and are dedicated to helping the valley go solar. So remember, the energy solution comes up every morning.
Award-winning Soundbites Grill is an entertainment restaurant located in Uptown Sedona at the Hyatt Pinion Point Resort. Open for lunch and dinner, featuring fresh fish, all-natural hand-cut beef, even a full vegan menu. Family-friendly, open 11:30 to 9, late dining on Friday and Saturday. Soundbites Grill has some of the best views of the Sedona Red Rocks. Offers world-class entertainment, food, fun, and music.
Welcome back to Countywide. Great to have you along. Marilyn Huffman from the Better Business Bureau is with us in studio today. BBB.org is the website. Very easy to remember. Okay, we talked about vacation scams, so be careful when you're planning your vacations because, Marilyn, my wife is thinking about that too right now. It's like, where can we go? What can we do? And she's ready to go. She is definitely ready to go. So vacation scams, be careful of those as you start to rebook those things and get out and about again. The survey scam, this one's definitely related to COVID-19 and the vaccine. I got my second dose just last week, and I don't recall being asked anything about, it was the Moderna. No one asked me how I felt afterwards or anything else. I have not filled out a survey at all regarding my vaccine. So what do you know about this survey scam related to the vaccines?
I think that's a very good point that you bring up, because you would kind of expect that they would want to know how you're feeling or how it's going, especially because it's a new vaccine and research is always good. It's always good to hear back when people have had a positive experience. So I think that's how they're getting a lot of people. But what they're doing, scammers we've had reported, they email or text message a person, and they basically claim to be from Pfizer. So far, Pfizer is the only pharmaceutical company that we have had reported to us, the Better Business Bureau. But please understand that does not mean that the other two, Janssen or Moderna, could not be having the same thing happen to them. Maybe their name has just not yet been dragged into it.
Or they're looking, okay, so everyone's getting onto this Pfizer one. They're figuring this Pfizer one out. Now we need to try something different. So let's throw the other two in there, and that'll keep them all kind of guessing as to whether or not this is legit or not.
That's exactly right. So basically, They send you an email or a text message, and in some versions, the message claims that you're going to receive money for completing a quick survey. So right there, our red flags should be flying because they want to give you money for a survey. So that should just make you hesitate right there. And then the other version offers you a free product or a gift of some kind. But then what ends up happening is you take the survey. It's a phishing scam. They're looking for private personal information. And your medical information, people forget, is private information that can be used against you. So you need to make sure that you're protecting that information as well as your banking information.
Oh, boy.
And so basically, scammers will request money at the end to send you that gift.
That's where they get what they want. That's where they get what they want right there, right? Oh, thank you so much, Marilyn, for participating in our survey today. Now, I need to get a little information so I can send you that free gift.
Exactly.
And then you're already, you're being jovial with the person. You're having a conversation for as long as it went on to. Now you're starting to build up some trust with this person, and bam.
Yeah. Well, and aren't you so excited? Now you have your vaccine. You can travel again. What we were just talking about. Yeah. We're going to send you this amazing suitcase package. Ooh. Three really nice luxury suitcases, and all you have to do is send us $19.73 for shipping and handling. And the person paid it and, of course, did not receive the gift. And so these are things that are they're just shadier than an oak tree. And yet, at the same time, you can understand how someone excited to travel and wanting to give information about their experience. I've had so many people in my life that have had the vaccine, family, friends, coworkers. Some people have had it and had no issues whatsoever. Some people I know have had it and felt sick. And so you need to report that back because it just helps with the research for medical purposes.
Then what is the right course for us to do that then? Because I was kind of surprised, and granted I haven't really checked my email either to see if if Coconino County was asking me to come forward and say, hey, how did this go for you? How did you feel the next day? How did the Moderna vaccine, work with your body? I don't think I've had anybody ask me that, but if that information, it seems to me that would be important, that they would want to know.
I agree. When I found out that my neighbor hadn't been asked, I was like, But then I saw the scam start popping up and I thought, oh, I bet that's why they didn't. So to be completely honest, if you have not yet received the vaccine and you're going, or maybe you haven't had your second shot yet, I would say when you were there, ask them for information on who to call so that you could report any type of symptoms, issues, or just be able to say, hey, all was well, nothing went wrong. And or if you've already had the vaccine, then you could absolutely reach out to them directly, wherever it was that you went to get that vaccine. Just reach out to them and report so that they can know.
Come to think of it, they did give us pages of paper, just a couple pages of paper and stuff on it. And I was just kind of reading through it as they were giving me the shot and stuff, but it may be the information is on that piece of paper and I just didn't finish reading it.
I was going to say probably it's at the bottom and it will say something like for questions or comments.
Yeah.
And it'll actually give you a direct link that you can go to online, and it would most likely provide a phone number or an email that you could, directly get to the right people.
And I would think if you go to the county website, Yavapai or Coconino County's website, and you look at their vaccine information, that information is going to be there as well. So
100%.
That would probably be the safest way to go about it.
Absolutely. You can contact your local chamber. They'll have the information because the chambers have been helping put out the information. We can get you the information, the Better Business Bureau. It's available in many different areas, but you're absolutely right. Depending on which county you're in, contact that health department and they will absolutely point you in the right direction for sure.
Yeah, I think that's better than just clicking on something that comes over your computer and it's like, oh, we're doing a survey right now of how your shot went. I guess I could see where they would have that, but I don't know that they actually have my email, or they do have my email. The county has my email. So
that's what I was just going to say. That's where they're kind of getting people because you already feel safe knowing that they have your contact information.
Right.
But they will ask you when you're getting the vaccine or when you sign up to come in, they're going to ask you for permission to send you a text.
True.
Like when you go online and you buy a package and they say, hey, can we send you a text to let you know when your package has been shipped out, when to expect it, a confirmation number? They ask you these things nowadays. They have to, by law, ask your permission before they send you things. So anytime you receive one and you didn't ask for it, that's a red flag.
Okay.
We love those red flags. They help us avoid being scammed.
I can see where it can be a difficult thing to remember who you gave permission to do that to and not do that to, because we just don't, like you said, stores are just not something that you sometimes go to for some of these things, especially something like this. You don't go to a store for a vaccine, so I could see that could be a challenge. All right, we got to take our second break, Marilyn. Better Business Bureau's Marilyn Huffman is joining us in studio today. The website is bbb.org. Countywide back in just a couple minutes.
We can count on every year.
A new set of tax rules and great weather here in northern Arizona.
Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, locally owned and operated by Lewis Rice since 1997, is here for you all year long.
Your neighborhood Jackson Hewitt Tax Office will help you in all of your taxing situations.
Electronic filing is always free with your tax preparation at Jackson Hewitt Tax Service.
Get more in return. Call 1-800-234-1040 for an office near you.
The EPA says C&B Construction ranks in the top 1% nationally. C&B Construction invites you to see what energy efficiency and indoor air quality can be. We have won another Department of Energy Innovation Award, and C&B Construction is the only contractor in the country to win 6 consecutive EPA Indoor Air Plus awards. Experience our zero-energy, move-in ready homes at Crossroads at Mingus.
C&B Construction, locally respected, nationally recognized. Find out more at candbhomes.com.
Been hearing about the crazy benefits of CBD? Find out how CBD can help you at Sedona's #1 resource, CBD Sedona. Come in for a free consultation and let our trained medical staff help you find the perfect product for you. Pain relieving salves, full spectrum oils, CBD skincare, bath bombs, and even CBD for your pets. Come on by CBD Sedona today.
Terrifying jobs, high-flying linemen, take 3. Josh, this is an absolutely terrifying job. Why do you do it?
It's a very demanding job, but very rewarding and exciting.
How much energy are you actually working with up there?
500,000 volts of electricity.
It's definitely not my line of work. Does anything shock you?
Yeah, distracted drivers terrify me.
Welcome back to Countywide. We're hitting a couple of scams related to COVID-19 now that we seem to be kind of coming out of it and that people wanting to go back on vacation. So Better Business Bureau's Marilyn Huffman has been talking about vacation scams that are starting to pop up when you're planning those things, and then a survey scam related to vaccines as well. And you say phishing scam. You know what, Marilyn? We were going to hit a couple of other things, but what is, just a reboot for me on this one, a phishing scam? What is a phishing scam?
Right. So phishing with a PH, not an F. And basically what they're looking for is private information. So your personal information that can be utilized, it's very smart because they can build an entire person. So the more they know about you, the more they know the type of shopping that you like to do, the more they know the type of things that you like to buy, what kind of websites you go to, or maybe you don't go to websites. Maybe you're not really much online. Maybe they talk to you on the phone and get to know you in that manner. Maybe they find out that you're diabetic. Maybe they find out that at one time you had cancer. These are all, they can go to your social media pages and they can search your social media and find out so much about you based on the things that you post. And all this does basically is if they get access to your banking information, it helps them create a whole person instead of just a number. So it's no longer about just getting your social security or just getting your bank number. It's about actually creating a fake profile, a fake person. They're, in a sense, cloning you.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Oh,
so
yeah,
it's easier for them to really, they dig deep because the scam could be a better payoff if they can dig deep. And if you're providing the information, which a lot of us are willingly, and this is why it's just really important to always be aware. I don't want you to be scared or live in fear, but knowledge and wisdom can help guard you from being taken advantage of. So feel free to post on social media. Feel free to put your pictures up there. You know, feel free to talk to people and share things and all of that, but be aware that there are people out there with nefarious intent. And so you just need to be conscious of your accounts, pay attention to your money. And when people ask you for personal information, ask, do I trust this person? Do I know this person? Take a deep breath before you give them that personal information. Because
certain things you do in life, I guess we got to really slow down a little bit and just say, okay, take a step back, relax, and let's go at this with our eyes wide open and pay attention to what's going on. Yeah, it's hard though, you know. We're pretty fast these days. We move pretty quick, and it's hard to tell people to slow down and look at what they're looking at before they start clicking on it, but we do, I guess. And real quick, we've got about 45 seconds. You wanted to hit the URL again. I was mentioning that I did not know that what you see on the screen in front of you may not be exactly what you're going to, but if you hover over it for just that few extra seconds, it seems so weird that you can do that. have this
It
show
does.
up, but this is what it actually is.
Correct. If you just hover over the URL, then the hyperlink text will let you know whether it can be legitimate or not. Whether it's for real, whether it's actually your friend's email address, whether it's actually the website that you're looking for. It's a good way to do it. And Google actually has a lot of information available if you want to look it up online about this, because they get imitated all the time. A lot of the big websites out there get imitated. So there's constant warnings out there about that. PayPal, third-party pay structures that are out there, things like that. So you want to make sure you are checking and double checking before you put your personal information in.
All right, we're out of time. Don't forget, Marilyn's going to do a second show with me here today, and we'll air that a little bit down the road here, talking more about these scams. Marilyn, thank you so much. BBB.org is the website for the Better Business Bureau. That's today's Countywide. As always, thank you for watching, listening, and we'll talk to you again next time.